guys. Okay, apparently we are streaming. Right, first thing I've got to do is sort this audio out. Okay, apparently we are streaming. Right, first thing I've got to do is turn that down. Right, so that seems okay there, but as soon as the engines come on and stuff. Sound. Wow, it's already down quite a lot. I'll just put it down another. Oh, it's at 20%. That should do. Okay, welcome back to the vlog and welcome back to Papua New Guinea. My name's Ryan. Oh no, sorry, hang on. Welcome back, guys. We're doing a flight today from Leeds, Bradford to Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. It's about a 50-minute flight. And yeah, we have the passenger should all be loaded now, so let's call ATC and tell them to disconnect the jetway. And there's one more thing for me to do in the cockpit before we push back, and that's set our altitude. It's 28,000 we're going today. Hopefully that should get us in a gap between all the weather. We don't want to be going any faster than 220. And we're going up at 1,800 feet per minute. Okay, I'll put that back a little bit. Jetway is disconnected. We want to call the pushback tug. Here he comes. Just make sure I've got my lights and stuff on. Yeah. Right, so like I say, not a very long flight today. It's only 50 minutes. And we are going to be absolutely tanking it. I'm going to be going full speed. Weather over England right now is pretty terrible, as you can see. I've just been waiting for it to clear because I couldn't actually see this taxiway back here. It's lightened up a little bit now, and where I am in real life it's just had a bit of a thunderstorm, so should be pretty turbulent flight, I should imagine. Right, we're ready to push back. Hang on, have we got seatbelt signs on? No, we haven't. That's not very good, is it? Well, let's push back anyway. Release the parking brake, that will be handy. And, oh, where are we going? I've forgotten. We're going over that way. Okay, so we need to go right. Let's start the engines. And, well, hopefully they're going to start up. It doesn't seem very good, does it? At all. Oh, they're starting up, okay. Let's see what happens. This isn't the... I can't remember if this is... Yeah, there we go, look, it's coming back. We've gone onto the grass. Okay, let's stop that pushback. Doesn't always do this. I'm not sure why that's happened, but everything in the something's different here. Something sounds very different. There we go. It's coming. Right, so we wait for the throttles to come up available. We'll just sit here and wait. We can tell that tug to go away now, I think. Oh dear. Oh yeah, I'm not sure why that happens It doesn't always happen. I think I've been sat here for quite a long time waiting to stream, so it could just be like a timeout thing, I don't know. But it's all going well now. Right, let's get our taxi light on. Pump up our engines. Release our parking brake. Oh, actually, it wasn't even engaged, was it? And actually, just before we taxi, give me one quick second just to share this stream. That's something I completely forgot to do. Do. Okay, just waiting for that to go through. Awesome. And let's get back to it. Alright, let's begin our taxi. I think we're going to need a little bit more thrust to get off this grass. Was my parking brake set? Yes, it was. Okay. There's enough thrust. Reverse a little bit there too. Well, I really can't wait to get above this weather. It is not very nice at all. It's going to be a very bumpy flight, I think, until we get over the channel at least. So we got to go down to the end of that runway. Oh nice, we've got a little loop we can go through. That's cool. I think in real life right now we'd be IFR, but I am pretty much VFR flying. Yeah, I must remember I haven't done any live streams yet on YouTube, I don't think. I've done a few on Facebook, but I have to remember that I haven't explained anything yet, so I've got to go back over everything I've done on there. The way I fly is I use the autopilot. It's not like very realistic at all, but it's satisfying at least. But when this fly-by-wire Airbus is complete, I mean it's near enough, good enough to start learning it properly now. To be fair, I'm going to get into like learning all about this FMC and that. I used to know how to use it in FSX with was it an Aerosoft add-on? I think it was a really good Airbus. I used to know how to use it on there, but it's been so long since I used it. I just pretty much know the basics of this autopilot and how it works, and I can get to from A to B and land pretty safely pretty much every time. Don't usually have to do a go around. Let's put our flaps down to 1 F. Brake a little bit because we are going quite a bit fast there. We're going to need to set our de-icing. So we'll set up here a second. We'll have a nice launch into our takeoff. There we go, set the parking brake. Landing lights on. Taxi nose light set to take off. That's all the anti-icing done. Just tell everybody that we're ready to go. Look out the window. Lovely, lovely weather. I love flying in this weather though, to be honest. It makes such a good atmosphere. And especially when it's stormy as well, like lightning. Right, we are ready to go. Let's put that thrust up. Oh, this is moving slow today as well. Sometimes that moves really fast and it's hard to like get it on that catch. It is windy today. We're not having to work too hard actually to keep this straight yet. A little gust of wind there. Ooh, okay. Wow, wow. I've never had that challenge before. Whoa, I might have even struck the wingtip there. I do not know. But off we go. Set that auto throttle in. And we're going to want to start our turn. Our flaps retracted. Set TCAS quickly. Alright, we're out of that weather now, look. It's beautiful over Leeds, Bradford. Some of it anyway. So enough of that turn. Speed up to 230 and engage autopilot. Set this in. Turn that off now. And we can enjoy the views for a little minute. Now this isn't photogrammetry, this is just the normal auto-gen. It looks absolutely amazing, even just that. But photogrammetry is insane. I don't think I could run it and stream at the same time. I wasn't sure, so. Through the clouds on this side. It looks so realistic. There's a few things that I think need to be added to get this kind of view looking like really realistic, and that is the condensation like build up you get on the wings as you're going through like humid or wet weather. And oh, what was the other? Oh, this line here, this line. But I don't know. I'm not sure about what the plan is, but I'd kind of guess that fly-by-wire are going to maybe model a cabin at some point. I'd like to hope, because that would be awesome to just be able to get this kind of view out of any of the windows. You've only got it out of this one or this one at the moment, so. Oh, in the flickering, you can't see it right now, but the flickering shadows at some times of the day around here desperately need to be removed. Well, I don't know what causes it, to be honest, but it's really, really annoying. 6,000 feet, we're going to up our climb to 2,000 feet per minute. And check the barometer set correctly, it is. So let's have a look at our whole flight plan. It's actually nearly exactly 320 miles from where we are now, so that's pretty nice to have on that scale there. And yeah, we're not going to be up in cruise very long at all. In fact, let's speed this up to 245. We can't go above 250, so I play by some rules. Till 10,000 feet, and then we can go above that. And then once we reach 2,000 feet, we change the barometer into standard mode, and then we turn our landing lights off. I know I think that's different altitudes in different places around the world, but I'm pretty sure in England it's 10,000 feet. So we're just approaching that now, if you can see that, 9,200 feet. Let's double check the barometer just before we set it, because it usually changes. There we go, it changed from 2 something to 2943. Into dashboard now. I'm just about to tick over, there we go, into standard mode, and lights come off. I can go above 250. I usually set it to 270 to get there as quickly as we can. Doesn't really matter if we get up to cruise altitude. There we go, above the clouds. Let's actually set one of these showcase cameras up. That's good. That one will do. And the higher up you go, the better it looks. The clouds, I don't think they're on ultra, I think they're just on high, was it, or medium maybe? No, it must be high. But look at that, look at the variation there. You just got this area of energy that's rising up, this hot air that's rising up and feeding these clouds, and then you just got this area over more to the left, which is still energetic but not as much as that part, and then coming closer to here, it's expanding out because of the winds and stuff. So realistic. I really think this is the best default weather that's ever been in any game, honestly. I've not played all games, but with all the games I've played, I've got quite a big Steam library. This weather is just... and it kind of gets me. I don't know why people choose Rex weather for the sim. I mean, I know it's more accurate to the location and stuff, but for me it's like this weather is so well done. It's so, the change is like from when you go from just different weather conditions is so natural. There's no jumping, there's no sudden change in everything like with Rex. I know you can have it on to be a real subtle change, but I think that takes up a lot more CPU power or something. But when it actually changes from weather station to weather station, the whole sky will just snap change and you'll have a completely different look. And it's like, this is so consistent that you see this cloud right here in the distance, you know, that will grow and grow like over time until you get right up close to it, and then you'll get to it and you'll go past it and you'll look back and it'll still be doing the same thing, being affected by all the weather around it. It's just, it's insane that something like that can run on a PC that you can just buy to game on, like, I think. And it just shows how far technology has come and how far it's going to go. Gonna switch over him to my live stream on YouTube a second. If I can remember how to do that, oh yeah. Right, 20,000 feet, 8,000 feet to go. It's not been that bumpy, to be honest, not yet anyway. Real smooth. Real smooth. Okay, let's speed up to 300. And where are we now? Let's have a look. Just give it a moment to catch up. Oh yeah, I actually think we are over Nottingham, so that's nice. Clear blue skies ahead of us. And let's check the weather radar quickly. Yeah, so once we get out of England, it's going to be pretty clear. And pretty nice. Be able to see the, I think we're going over Dover, are we? Or are we going, we'll be going over London. Oh no, we won't be going over London, part of it, kind of, over the coast, and then straight down into Charles de Gaulle Airport. Not landed here yet in this sim. Be awesome to see what it looks like. It's a massive airport. We're coming up to altitude now, so let's go to full speed. So hopefully they can take their seatbelts off. Well, that's just at cruise altitude. Okay, we're cruising then at 318, just under 320 knots. And let's check here. We're going to start descending at 160 miles from the airport, so that's this line here. So when we get to there, that's only going to take about 10 minutes and then we'll start descending. So no need to do any service or anything like that. Right, so we're going to have 10 minutes and we can enjoy some of the views out of the window as we fly over England and then down over the English Channel. Alright, about another 5 minutes until we descend. Right, where are we? Just pressing the wrong keys. Well, I think, you know, we don't have to descend until we're probably like 120 miles out, but we just gone over Cambridge. We are directly over a little town or village called Barkway. So if you're from Barkway, there's your little village. Oh, lovely. How lovely for you, living in Cambridge. Oh yeah, so we just kind of about to enter over the Greater London area. How much of London we'll actually see from this site, I do not know. Welcome to the chat, guys, if you're in the chat. Welcome to the live stream if you just joined. Flying from Leeds, Bradford to Paris, Charles de Gaulle Airport. We're not really far away now. Probably about 200 miles away. Blistering through at 0.79 Mach in the Airbus A320. The fly-by-wire version. Oh god, I need a drink. Let's have a look at it. 8K textures on here. Oh, wrong one. Camera, that's the one. A nice dirty texture as well, I like that. It's just more realistic, you know. You never see a plane with a brand new livery, hardly ever, do you? So a drone camera in there. Some cool shots before we got some work to do. This is me and my co-pilot. I really love this camera drone, it's so easy to operate. Got my call sign on there. Really, really nice textures, look how detailed that is. Very, very good. Whoever does these liveries, whoever did this one, is hats off. Really, really good one. Just down to the details, like those little rivets and stuff. Right. Well, 160 right now. I'm going to start slowing down just a little bit because that is always good, because once we start descending it's a lot harder to slow down. got a bit of bad weather up to our left hand side there. Can we see it? Oh, we can see it's like a little front. This is what I was saying earlier, it's just, you can see that weather front off in the distance, and we'll hit that and it will stay there, and we'll look behind us and like all this will still be as it is. It's just such a brilliant weather system. We're 160 nautical miles away. We can just see the edge of England there. Should be London, Greater London out of this window. And this would be, if I'm, is this Norfolk? No. It's right here, Norfolk. Now every time I've flown out of England, I think once out of Manchester might have been different, but I usually fly out of Birmingham, and I think once we've flown out of East Midlands Airport, I think. Oh no, it was Bristol, that was it. We've always gone this way, right, so down from Birmingham somewhere over to London, then right to this really closest point here, and we always fly over that bit, same area. And I've flown on a plane a lot of times. Coming back's different, but leaving it is always, I don't know if that's a thing, like if you know about that sort of stuff let me know, but it always seems to go from Birmingham down to London, over, right over from Dover to Calais, like that smallest little part, and then from there I'm not really sure, but I always notice that, because usually I'm flying to, that's probably important as well, flying to Ibiza. I've flown there a lot of times, and Mallorca as well, so I'm not sure if like all flights from there just sort of get directed that way, maybe. I'm not sure. Right, I think we'll start a slow descent now. We'll slow this down to about 280, should be okay. And initially we're just going to come down to 11,000. That way it's just 1,000 above before all the work starts, so it's like a good sort of altitude, I think. Obviously not flying this realistically at all. I'm not using ATC because they will literally crash you into a mountain or send you in circles, but we've got no traffic on anyway either, so. And so our initial descent would be about 500 feet per minute. Oh, 500. There we go. This will be the time where you start, you know, the little announcement saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, we've begun our descent." We'll shortly be putting on the seatbelt signs. If you need to use the facilities, please use them now, as they will be out of order once the seatbelt signs go on. expecting to be landing in around about 20-25 minutes. Stewardesses will be around with their rubbish bags to collect any rubbish, and we hope you had a really good flight with us today. Again, weather is looking okay, certainly better than England in Paris. And thank you again for flying with EasyJet Airways. It's just EasyJet, isn't it? Right, goodbye. Fuck. Oh, excuse my language. I didn't actually swear then. I forgot that I was live streaming for a minute. And then the stewardesses would say something as well, which is weird, but never mind. Right, we can put this button down to 160 now, and I think I'll start descending probably about 1,000 feet a minute for a second, just to get us down. You can see actually weather's might be a bit of turbulence over there. Let's turn this to turbulence. Yeah, there might be a bit of turbulence there. So I think once we get over the channel, starting our turn there. Once we get over the channel, we'll put the seatbelt signs on. Now I do like flying like this. It's fun, it's relaxing, it's good for short flights, but obviously it does get a bit boring. So that's another reason that I want to learn about the FMC and all that sort of stuff, and flying like much more realistically, and possibly even getting into VATSIM one day, because I don't know, one day I would like to take up flying like for real, at least if it's only just like a flying day experience or something like that. But I'd like to be more informed about it so I can really appreciate it, you know. I think, I don't know, I'm not going to say anything's impossible, but right now at the moment doesn't look like we're going to be becoming a pilot or taking any sort of pilot lessons anytime soon, so but yeah, I'd like to learn all that stuff, because another thing is it gives me something else to talk about in the live stream if I'm live streaming. Like, I mean, I used to know all of this sort of stuff. I used to know, I think that's like just something you have to do. You can put your flight plan in, you literally, I think once you get into this stage, all you have to do is put in your destination, your departure, your the waypoint names. Oh, what have I just done? Put the flaps down, haven't I? Yes. Whoa, that was silly. It's okay, we're alright. Yeah, you just put your waypoints in, and a couple of numbers, your weight and stuff like that, and it's just simple really. But if I tried to do it now, I'd probably mess something up, so I'm not gonna touch it any more than I just have. I know you can go into, like, there's a settings page or something. Was that on the page before? Yeah, I think it was on the page before, so I'm not going to go into any of that just in case. We're not far now. 120 miles, 24,000 feet. I think we're doing good. Let's just slow down a little bit more. Maybe to actually go down to 275. One thing I've noticed flying around the world in this sim is that there is so much farmland, so much of the land is dedicated to farming. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, I knew like the furthest I've flown is to Rhodes, so I've seen like that most of Europe is completely just farmland really. There's national parks and things like that, but it's all farmland, and I kind of didn't realise that most of the world is the same. It's absolutely crazy. You can't, like, there are a few places in the world you can fly and just see like natural landscapes anymore. It's quite sad really, but it's testament to how good this flight sim is that it's so accurately represented. It's a lovely virtual feeling of freedom, which we so desperately need in these pandemic times. And here's the flickering I was talking about as well earlier. Is it on this one now? Whoops. It's not on there. It's not quite on this one yet either. It might have to be a bit later in the day. I think it's when it comes through, the sun's like level with the plane sort of thing, and you get these really bad flickering effects. Which I think, wasn't that a problem in X-Plane as well? I'm pretty sure X-Planes had a flickering shadow problem. And it doesn't matter what I set them, so I've got them set on low now just because it flickers anyway, so I might as well just set them on low and try and get some more FPS out of the game. But even when I put them on to ultra and stuff like that, it's pretty bad. Right, 99 miles away. Coastline of can't talk. Coastline of France coming up. I haven't actually got the new scenery installed yet because I've only got a 240 gigabyte SSD, which this is installed to, and this now takes up that whole SSD, so I can't install any more things on it. In fact, the next update that we have, I'm probably going to have to move it over to my hard drive, which I'm really sad about. But I'll have to get a bigger SSD. Probably it makes sense to get like a terabyte SSD now, wouldn't it? Since nowhere near as expensive as they used to be. Graphics cards, are they? Oh my god. I think my graphics card is now worth about £800 or something. It's absolutely cruel. I've seen them for sale for that price. It's absolutely crazy. And the newest ones, the RTX cards, are going for insane prices, and they're so hard to get a hold of. I haven't actually really looked into why this is happening, honestly. I've watched a few Linus Tech Tips videos about it, but I don't think I was paying attention. Right, we really want to start coming down now, so let's start slowing down. I'm going to go to just under 250. And we're pretty much across the channel, so let's tell everybody to put their seatbelts on. And we're going to start descending a little bit more as well. So there's some pretty good water masks over here. I mean, that's so nice. It would be so nice when like there's a lot more areas done with this kind of water masking. Like there's places in I think, is it Puerto Rico, the Bahamas and all that sort of areas are all pretty much done now, I think. And it looks so good. It's so nice to fly little planes around there. It feels so realistic. check our VFR map. I haven't looked at that for a while. Yeah, we're not far now at all. It looks like a port or something. I suppose it probably is. Let's have a look on here. Yeah, it must be some kind of port. Yeah, it is, isn't it? That's very, very straight. Well, I think they were descending a little bit too quickly. Go back up to 1,000 again for a moment. Look at that, that looks amazing. That looks so good. You know, that reminds me of, if you ever watch Time Team, when they find all the rubbish pits in the ground. I know it's not, it's probably like a marshland or something. That's what it looks like. That is amazing, that's so good. I don't have the texture set to ultra either. You can probably tell that, but another thing I'd like to have the option of is to turn this distortion effect off, because it makes the frame rate's actually pretty good at the moment. If you watch another area where that's not happening, you can see that it's pretty stable, but it makes it look like it's jerking and jumping, and that's really annoying because it really does run well. And I'm a guy that likes to look out of the window when I fly flights like this, you know. I like to make little movies, you know. And look how realistic that is, like the weather just hugging the land, the clouds hugging the land. Right, we're about to start descending into this. It's actually going to be not very good. I think we're going to be landing in rain, possibly. Yeah, there's bad weather right over the airport there. But it does look like the wind's blowing this way, so it might be blowing this clear area over it by the time we get there, possibly. That's my hope anyway. Up to 255 for a second. Starting to get a little bit of turbulence, as expected. I see the wind turbines down here. Well, some days too I'm still getting that, I don't know if it's going to come through with the YouTube compression, still getting that pixelated look sometimes on the clouds, not just in some areas, it's like not everywhere but some places. We're just about to start going through the clouds now. Looks like we'll be clear under them. If we come down to 11,000 feet, they only look about 1,000 feet thick, if that. Descending very, very quickly, actually, aren't we? Coming down probably about somewhere around there. Actually no, because that's our last turn, so we want to, we're just about to hit 11,000, 60 miles, yeah, we'll start descending a little bit more in about a couple of minutes. I don't know, you know. I just kind of, I usually get down there pretty good, but I think this game really invites you. You can not be that, you know, you can have very little knowledge about planes at all, and you can just jump into this game, and within like an hour, and at the most like a day, you can be flying flights like this so simply, so easily. The only thing you need to really practice with is landing, I think. That's the bit that's challenging. I've still not finessed it yet. I usually land without a crash. What I have got down is power. I set my autopilot, my auto throttle down to 160 and leave it there right until I get over the threshold, and then I drop power and then start descending on flare at about 20-30 feet, and just let it drop onto the runway, but that's not always possible. That's in like the ideal conditions with a headwind and everything. It's not always you sometimes get crosswind. That's what's really good about this game as well. You get crosswinds, you get downdrafts, you get wind shear, all that sort of stuff, and you don't know until you get over the runway what it's going to be like. What do I have trouble with the most? I think bouncing it, because sometimes I am coming in very fast, but I think this plane, even the fly-by-wire mod, still, whatever version this is, I'm not sure which one it is, I think it's the stable version to be honest, it still does float a little bit down the runway, so it's quite hard to get it down sometimes. That's all you need to practice, and then you'll, you know, I'm not even there yet, so. I'm playing this through Xbox Game Pass, yeah, on the PC at the moment. Give it maybe, I think, I just really just want it, honestly, to have the replay mode built into it, and to see that be working quite well enough to make good movies with, and then I think I'll buy it, and I'll buy the standard version, because I've been playing the standard version and it's absolutely fine. I don't think it's worth it for me to buy the whatever version it is with all the planes and all the airports. It's like, it's just what's been added to it for free airport wise is worth it more. It's worth more than all the 5 or is it extra 5 or 10 airports, or even 30 airports you get in the premium versions. So I'll probably get that one, standard version. That's enough money as it is, I think. Saying that though, this game is amazing, and if it was at just £80 standard, I'd pay that for it. Especially with all the third-party stuff that's available for it, or going to be available for it, sorry. Right then, 40 miles out to our last turn, and then we've got another probably 10-mile approach. Oh god, my ears. and then we should be down, so probably looking at about another 15 minutes at the most, I should think. Whoops, let's actually slow down now to 230 and put some flaps out. So we're at 11,000 feet, and we'll probably come down to like down to 8,000 now. Yeah. Gonna get a warning because I put my flaps down too soon. I'm not sure how, I've not flown over Paris yet or into it or anything, so I'm not sure how my PC is going to handle it. Might get some frame drops. It's looking smooth now at least. I mean, you can see in the with the wing flex that we're getting, little bits of wing flex, that the frame rate is smooth. Mostly. So when we come below 10,000 feet, we put our barometer back into selection mode, and also at 10,000 feet we bring our lights on. Let's just do those quickly. So lantern lights on, and it's going to start flashing down here, and back into selection, and there we go. So what I aim for is when we're 10 miles out to be 3,000 feet, and then descend that 3,000 feet on the approach. At 160 I set that, well you'll see it anyway, but set that down and just keep 160 in and just approach at 160 or 155. Saying if there's like maybe a tailwind or something. But what are our winds at now? 31 knots. It's pretty strong, I suppose. It's very, very, it's actually picking up with wind today, actually. I'll look outside. It is getting windier in England. So now look at that when you're coming through the clouds. It just, the visibility is so good through the volumetric clouds. A bit of icing as well now. It's looking like it might be about a 15 mile approach, is that? But yeah, the weather's not looking as bad as I thought it was going to be, so that's alright. I don't think there's actually any rain, is there? So visibility should be perfect. A lot of icing building up. I mean, even if it just comes below boiling point, you get icing in this game. But that's accurate as well, I think. If you actually look at the METAR and stuff, it's you know, you get icing in the temperatures that are being represented outside. Alright, start slowing down, Getting out to 220. And we really want to be coming down to 3,000 feet. Not that fast. Probably about 1,000 feet a minute. And 17 miles a year, we should be alright like this, at least. Probably 800 would be better. Beautiful French countryside. Where are we over? Delinco and Riley. So we'll start to lose the countryside very soon and start to see Paris in the distance. It is just there, look. So it's going to be over there, isn't it? Oh, it wasn't Paris. Can't see it quite yet. I'm going to slow down to 200. And put our second set of flaps out, or that should be put our flaps to their second set stage, or something. Flaps. Right. Here they go. Oh, that's a new noise. I haven't heard that noise yet. Would that be in the stable version? Maybe I've not got the stable, I don't know. The other thing that you get with, it's kind of a given obviously, but with this kind of scenery, with the actual photo scenery, is you get to go from like England, where it's in the summer, where it's green and lush everywhere, and then you go, say you get over to southern Spain, and it changes colour, the soil changes to this more darker colour. I know that's just fields, but it does change to that kind of dry and arid colour, more brown, and you really get this sense of like you've travelled a long way and things have changed underneath you. I remember that being one of my first things I thought about when I was on a plane for the first time. Wow, England was all green and lush, and look, we're going to a place that's like, looks like a bit like a desert, you know. Little airfield underneath us there, quite a big one really. Alright, so we're about to turn any second. Let's slow down to 160, there we go. No. Oh, we're 24 miles away. Alright, we'll go to 170 for a second. stage of flaps. Let's put this back, didn't I? Where's the view? Where's the view? 12, 11. No, it's not that, is it? 19. Well, that'll do. Right. So here we are then. This is Paris. We should be able to see the airport very soon. 21 miles away. Cruise over Paris at 3,000 feet. So we can see as much of it as possible. Seems to be handling it alright so far. Again, it's not photogrammetry there. So when you've got all this amazing scenery, you really just, I just want to look out of the window on the whole approach and just let it land itself. That's another reason I need to learn the auto landing, so I can just look out of the window until the last minute. But look at that, I mean, so the frame rate's dropping a little bit now, but to be expected. Look at the density of these buildings. Flown over Zanzibar in Tanzania as well, and there are areas of cities that are so densely packed, I mean like twice as much as this at least, and it handles it absolutely perfectly. I think that's the airport straight ahead of us, is it? Yeah, oh no, right, which is our runway? I've forgotten. The wind's, alright, okay, so it's going to be that one right there, on the right. So yeah, the frame rate is definitely dipping now, but it should actually pick up once we get over this bit. It's very dense here. See the Eiffel Tower over in the background there. A few of the landmarks around Paris. And we want to start descending now to 1,000 feet. And slow down to 160. A bit too much. Set full flaps now, and when we get to 10 miles out we'll extend the landing gear. So I think, oh no I can't, well, let's just do it now.
2,500.
Then we can do our little announcement. There we go. 3 green. And now we can do this. There we go. Right, at the moment this isn't online at all, is it? I'm going to hit selected mode for a moment, because I don't think the wind's going to push us that much. I think it's overcorrecting quite a lot there, to be honest, unless I'm not seeing the runway. That is the runway. Yeah. the wind's 40 knots. Yeah, it's not going to blow us that much over. So it overcorrected a lot there. Well, I also did a flight yesterday where the autopilot sent me around in circles after I took off for ages, and then it just suddenly went on right course. So a bit strange. But again, I'm not in the latest version of it at all, of the fly-by-wire mod. So I'm just using my selected heading, if you can see it changing there, to bring us online with the runway, and then the vertical speed mode just to get us down. So it's kind of like a manual landing. Well, I'm going to take it off autopilot when we get to 1,000 anyway. So, but it's using the autopilot. So you wouldn't fly it like that in real life, because you'd be sat there with your hand on the thing constantly going in a little bit this way, using the knob as a steering wheel kind of.
1,000.
Where's 1,000? Disconnects autopilot. Yeah, the wind's was never going to blow us that much over. I'm not having to fight hard at all really to keep this straight. A quick look over. So good. Not even photogrammetry, and it's just so convincing. We are too low according to the puppy lights. Train line underneath us. Oh, it's going to be so good to see trains going underneath us in the landscape. That's going to be cool. That wind is doing a bit over
300.
Here. It's, yeah. There,
200.
Glide slopes come in. I'm going to drop power right now because we got a lot of momentum still. Alright, this is where
50,
I bounce it.
40, 30, 20.
See, it floats so much, it doesn't want to come down
10,
at all. Look at the speed.
5.
And it does this, it kind of tips up. I'm going to see, I'm not surely not going fast enough for it to do that. But again, I'm in the I honestly think that I'm in the stable version, but maybe I'm not. I really don't know. Right, did we put the things away? Yep. That was a hasty exit off the runway there. I was having a really hard time controlling that. Still am now. I'm doing under 40 knots. The wind is blowing that something crazy. Can't see a windsock. Oh, there is a windsock. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty horizontal. So yeah, we got some crazy winds down here today. I've come off the wrong side of the... Oh no, I haven't, not at all. There we go. Right, yeah, this is a huge airport, so frame rates are having a bit of a struggle. And I think that way, yeah, we're going that way. This is going to be a tight turn. Wasn't supposed to go that way, was I? Look at those frames. Oh, we've gone from 60 frames a second smooth takeoff. I'm guessing we're down to probably about what do you reckon? 20? 25? Didn't even put the taxi light on. Door sermos off properly. So find space. Let's go there. Oh, these frames, I couldn't. Oh my goodness. Okay, these frames are terrible in this airport. This isn't like a custom built airport, is it? Pretty sure it wasn't, but that building looks pretty custom. Unless the autogen has just done that. Right, sling it in there. Parking brake on, is it? I can't hear it making a noise. Now it is. Alright. Lights off. God, the frames are absolutely terrible here. I think my computer might crash in a moment. Seatbelt sign's going to come off. Turn the engines off. I'm not going to bother doing the battery and all that. Might as well. And the flight there. Right. If you watched this video and you enjoyed it, thank you. It'd be awesome if you could leave a like. I am planning on doing some more live streams, but probably not landing at big airports like this. Because of that frame rate, it's absolutely terrible. Then if you do want to see more videos like that, awesome, subscribe to the channel, that would be great. Probably I'm thinking doing a flight around the world live stream series, because it wouldn't be that many videos really. And if you want to join it, there'd be more people to chat to, which would make the live stream more entertaining, people to chat to and stuff like that. Be really interesting to meet people coming from places that I'm flying to and talking to them, because that's something that interests me about the world. Like flying around the world, you want to learn about these places and actual people from there, and jumping in a chat and talking to somebody while they fly around, and you can tell people about, hey, this is there, go fly there, that would be cool. But anyway, yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. And this is again the moment where I don't know how to end the stream. Oh, it's working.